All right, everyone. We're going to have some fun today. I'm going to try something new. I'm going to do a reaction video to a clone of myself. Now, for those of you that are grabbing the pitchforks already, the CEO of ChatBot Builder reached out to me and asked my permission before he made this chatbot because, while I'm, feel a little bit strange about it, I am interested in it from a chatbot building perspective. So I kind of want to see what he came up with here. So we're going to watch this together here. And I've not watched this yet. I did get a timestamp from him on when he starts talking about it because any of you that have watched Ryan's videos know he's got some long long intros, and in the essence of time here, I fast forwarded to the 14-minute mark, and this thing is still an hour plus. I don't know if we're going to make it the full hour here, but let's just see. This is a voice clone of me inside of a chatbot, and I'm interested to see what he came up with here.
Rates, very in-demand chatbot builder these days. So I was actually super surprised to actually even see a video. I have no idea, if he's ever going to do a video about us. I'm grateful when he does, or anyone, matter of fact, and shout out and thank you to all of you who have. But he's not available right now. And I guess nobody's available right now. Where'd my thing go? Here we go. I suck at this so bad.
So you can see this is the chatbot builder dashboard here. For those of you that haven't been inside, we got a shout out to Umbrel on the YouTube to see what Ryan's been watching here.
How can I full screen? Let's go here. Full screen. I suck at this, like so bad. You don't need to see me anyways. Way things have been going recently. My camera will die probably. Anyways, this is a cloned Connor account, ladies and gentlemen. The only thing that I haven't done, I didn't want to waste so much time bumbling through this build, but I want to explain it deeply, and we're going to be able to actually use one flow together. We'll build one flow together.
This is what I'm interested in.
Can everybody hear me and see me okay? Or you're not going to see me, but if you can.
Elevenlabs natively integrated here. So cloning my voice, that's pretty straightforward, right? For those of you that haven't been in Elevenlabs, it's actually really easy to just grab an audio sample of somebody and then replicate their voice. I'm much more interested in the chatbot aspect of this.
Not hear me, let me know. It's not important to see me. Thing we haven't set up is a welcome message. This is a default account. There's not much change to it. But I'll go over that. I mean, it's brand new. You can see 5 days old. It's like 5 minutes old, really. We're going to go ahead. All right. Thank you so much, Mir. I appreciate you. Appreciate you so much. Let's see. I'm going to do that. Boom. Okay, cool. And so, all right. So I'm going to just start with the welcome audio because that makes sense in my case, because here's the thing. I cloned his voice in Elevenlabs. He gave me permission, and so I went ahead and did that thing. In this case, we could use a welcome message that is AI generated, or we could use a static message. This is something that
I've been trending more towards the static messages just because I don't really think there's any reason to hit the LLM with a token hit here in the beginning, because your welcome message is pretty much going to be the same each time. Like I would need a really specific reason to want to change it, because even the large language model, it's only going to change like a few words. There's only so many ways you can say hello or welcome to this business. So I've been kind of modifying the welcome message myself to a more static version.
we should really understand here pretty well if we can. These 3 blocks, you could make this all in one block, but these 3 blocks and these titles hopefully will help you understand what is going on. The welcome message is not very powerful, but it is necessary because you've got to start off your chat in some sort of way. Think about when you answer the telephone. At the end of the day, you're going to probably answer the telephone. Look how old I sound. you're probably going to answer the phone the same way every single time. So if you're a business, maybe you've given your employees a script to use or just given them guidelines. Hey, welcome to Ryan's restaurant. How can I help you? Okay, you can choose to make that dynamic where it's slightly different or not. Totally up to you. In this case, we're showing you that way. So the first thing that happens, and Connor explained this very well today, so I'm not going to go so deep, but I do need to explain.
I just dropped a CB 101 video for those of you who are interested. I'll put the bubble here up in the top right for those of you that are interested in watching it. So that's what he's referencing here. And this is kind of what spawned this. He's had this idea for a while, but I think he's trying to showcase, what does an AI tutor almost look like? Because I think he's going to train this particular bot on the video that I just made and released today.
We're going to use OpenAI. And in this case, I don't necessarily want him to say Connor clone deal. I don't even have to say anything necessarily in my prompt here, but I'll just say in this case, you, not in all caps, because I'm not a boomer just yet, right? Maybe I am. I probably am. You are Connor.
Ryan cracks
He's not a boomer. He's a cool bot builder and YouTuber.
Ryan definitely likes
In
to
most
have
cases,
fun, which I appreciate
user
and
message
resonate with.
is the message that is coming from the user to your AI, to your chatbot. You don't need to do anything here because we've already got last input there. And no problem about that. I mean, I'm glad you liked it, and we'll get you the other ones too. And I appreciate you a lot for that, by the way. I don't know if I'm a boomer or not. I might be. Can't see me anyways. Okay, so the last input here, in this case, I can just tell the bot what to do. This is just like you telling ChatGPT what to do. So I can just say something like, say, what's up? This is Connor. How can I help? Did you have any questions about the video or something to this effect? Like, this is such a weak prompt, but that should be straight. Okay. And it's being saved into a custom field, which in some other platforms are called variables. It's the same thing. It's a custom field. And you can remember the custom field is for your customer, right? Is how I've always said things. We'll click continue because this is going to generate the response. We're Connor, and we're going to say something like this. There is no last input on a welcome message. That's why you can manipulate that text field for the user message.
Basically, he deleted last input because it's the first thing that's going to hit, right? So the last message doesn't exist. So you can modify that block to dial in what you need here.
In general, don't mess with it. The next thing is we're going to take that text that's been generated where he's like, what up, I'm Connor. How can I help, homie? We're using an OpenAI action, convert text to speech. So this is that variable or custom field. And in this case, we're not going to use this block, but this is explaining how it works. It's being saved here in this custom field with audio. So we've got the text, then we've got the audio, and then we've got the file here. Now, I don't think Connor sounds like any of these characters here from OpenAI. Not even the one they took away. That was like Scarlett Johansson or something, right? So in this case, we're going to do a little something with an action block. And what we'll do is we'll connect this block that's generating the text, because it's going to still do the same thing, to now. Anybody have a guess?
Elevenlabs, Connor.
Elevenlabs, son. Elevenlabs. And so we're going to add content, actions, and Elevenlabs.
This is right in the channel or in the integrations tab here. So it's literally you click the button, find Elevenlabs, and hit connect and put your API key in for Elevenlabs. I think it's like maybe 2 lines. It's very quick and snappy.
Just click on that thing, and we've got our custom field, which is AI welcome, if I'm not mistaken. AI welcome message. The voice is.
So because he's connected his Elevenlabs account, that drop down has got all of his saved voices in that Elevenlabs account. And for those of you that have watched Ryan's previous videos, he has a lot of fun with this, with other actors and Snoop Dogg and things like that. So that is why his drop down list is probably a little bit longer than, say, your average Joe that's just jumping in here for the first time.
Connor clone. And we're going to save this as the custom field to match here. AI, welcome audio. Can you guys feel the excitement in my voice right now? I'm trying so hard not to like just go hammer because my like soon to be 2-year-old, I can't believe it, would start screaming, and then my wife would start screaming, and we'll all be in trouble.
Hashtag girl dad.
Do y'all see how gangster and simple this is? Is it just me? Or is this just amazing?
I'm really
I don't even know what to do. I don't want it to be on me. How do I make this where exit solo? And I can go here. I don't know. I don't know why it's not letting me share both things. Either way, this is the welcome message, and we'll just hit publish. All right. And so here's what's great. This video, right, which he published, which you should all watch, by the way, not the ad, unless he gets paid on the ad revenue. That would be good. I just want to show you what I did here.
I just hit monetization last month on YouTube.
What I did was I went in and I got the subtitles. I got them, where are they at? Closed captions. You can get the subtitles somewhere. You can download them. I just went online and I just grabbed them from some like super sketchy website. There's a bunch of those, but it was just really fast.
But there are also
hey, that's us. And 16 million people are watching. I grabbed all the subtitles, okay, and I also gave it some instructions, and that is going to be in the default message. And your welcome message, you don't need any of that. All you're doing here, guys, is you're just doing something super simple. You're saying welcome. And then we're generating this text. We're sending it to our friends at Elevenlabs, and their scientists are then using his cloned voice that I used just 2 of his shorts to create, and they're going to generate the AI welcome audio response. So we're taking our text, making it audio, and we're playing it here. So let's hit publish, and hopefully you guys are going to be able to hear this. And I'll also throw the QR code on the screen, and I'll make sure there's going to be enough people like that can go through this, since this is a test account. Use this 25. But let's just see what we can do. We'll turn off this ratchet music. Don't need to hear any of that. How do I do it again? No more music. Off. Copy, and let's paste this mug. See if we can get it to work. Oh, I forgot. I already made the super duper awesome thing here. Well, actually, we'll get it.
So this should be the chatbot.
Oh my God. That sounds just like my homie. I forgot. So this is what's going to make it even better. So now we know that the welcome message is perfection, right? He cloned voice that I used just play it on this deeper. Here, well, actually, we'll get it.
It's a little bit choppy. I'm guessing he's going to improve it here.
Oh my God. That sounds just like my homie. I forgot. So this is what's going to make it even better. So now we know that the welcome message is perfection, right? Here's where it is going to get fun. And this is also where I'll let you guys try the coolest freaking looking web chat of all time. I already made it. We're going to go to our settings here, and we're going to go to channels and web chat. And then look, take note. No auto GPT is turned on for OpenAI or Gemini, but I'm using Gemini in the flow builder. I'll show you that. But here we're going to go to our web chat.
He's got default replies set to audio. I don't know if you saw that.
Turned on for OpenAI.
Special default reply that has some of the text to speech embedded in it.
Or Gemini, but I'm using Gemini in the flow builder. I'll show you that. But here we're going to go to our web chat, hit manage, and I've already created it. So let's look at it. Let's peep it out. I made it look gangster, of course. in this case, I just want to change this to welcome audio. So it's going to be nice. And I think I also
So this is in the web chat that you have to dictate what is the welcome message coming from. And since he just published the updated Elevenlabs welcome message, that's what it's doing.
I think it'd be fun. I want to include a crown. Just because that's like our kind of thing. Everyone, the CBB is a king or a queen of conversation or of chat, whatever. Here's the magic sauce. I also want to change it to default number 1, or typical 1's my favorite. All right, so I have customized this just a little bit.
This is the CSS block where you can customize individual things inside of the web chat here. So this should actually change. We saw the full page before with the welcome message hit. This should change all of the CSS based on this. So it looks like we've got a border coming in too. He might change the entire.
And we'll go in depth and just like how you can really use the power of the customization here.
Soon.
But let's just zoom in a hair. You can get most of this stuff right from Prompt GPT, but we're going to give you really pretty documentation. I keep saying that, but it's just a lot, guys. It's a lot. It would be probably in your best interest to use the Prompt GPT, even when we come out with the documentation. Anyways, what's happening here? The first thing is I actually went in here to create. Can I even show you guys? I'll show you all the things. I made, where's my projects? Where's my project paths? Look at my dude right here. So this is the background that I made out of our homie right here, Connor. This is going to be our web chat background. And I also took his face and I made it the avatar. So I'm also customized the avatar so it's going to be larger. I'm including the header. And in this case, because we want it to just be super dope, luxurious, just balling, we're going to make sure that we have this in dark mode, right? So everything is already done. And notice I didn't need to even come close to the 7,000 character mark at all. And you won't need to really ever, if you're going over 5,000, I would be very curious to know what the goal would be, because maybe we could help you find a better way to achieve
minify the entire.
In any case, let's click save.
Through Claude or ChatGPT
now
and say
I'm going to get the link.
All the spaces, give you more character.
And what I'll do, this will be a full page experience. And I'm not going to be a hog. I'm going to go ahead to the money marketing section, to the magic links. And we're going to make this called Connor. Just Connor, that's it. And then we'll have the web chat widget link here. Continue. So let's get the QR code. And anyone that wants to scan it, you can do that. Please do that. I'm also going to scan it myself. And what we'll do here. Okay, cool. So it's just the sickest looking web chat of all time.
Video to get to the starting point, and we've only
What's up? This is Connor. How can I help? Do you have any questions about the video or need assistance with anything else? Feel free to ask.
My God, guys.
What? Hold on.
Continue. So let's get the QR code. Please do what we'll do here. Okay, cool. So it's just the sickest looking web chat of all time.
What's up? This is Connor. How can I help? Do you have any questions about the video or need assistance with anything else? Feel free to ask.
What do you think? How does that sound? I can say that AI Connor is speaking a little bit quicker than I normally do.
My God, guys. I need to make sure really quick that, because I'm sure that we're going to have, well, at least hopefully, we'll have a lot of people try this. So let me go ahead and do one thing and make sure I open up this to more than 25 people. So I got a feeling we'll have more than that try this out in the next 10 minutes. So let's find this. Luckily, I know a guy. Yeah, we already has 17 contacts already, so we need to bump that up. I'll let 500 people talk to the Connor clone.
I'm not sure what he's doing.
All right, so that's Gucci.
Here.
All right, so I'll download this. And what I'll do is maybe try for once to keep this on my screen as I explain the rest of this stuff. All right, so let's see if I can do it. In this case, let's look at our analytics. I said there were 17 people a minute ago, so there's still 17 people. Here is the magic sauce. All right, I'm going to, in this case, actually, I'll go back to our settings, and this looks so sick on my phone. I'm going to go to channels, web chat, manage, and get the link. I'm going
Should pop
to
up the full screen now.
paste the link. So this would be exactly what you would be seeing if you scan this on your phone. This is what
The
you see.
background working.
And this is how I made it. Look how dope this
Dark
looks.
mode on the back
If
end.
you don't think this is cool,
got
I
the
don't even want to
embedded-
be your friend.
Embedded image here.
And
That's
look.
all in that CSS block. You can see the avatar here. Doesn't look like the system.
That is Connor, y'all. That is so funny. So let's ask a question. What
I hope we'll be able to
was
hear
the
responses here,
name
'cause it's not, that
of
didn't look
the
like it picked up the
platform
audio there.
you demoed in the video? My G question mark. All right, what was the name of the platform? Tell us right now.
So this chatbot can take a text question. Wow, shows the video. That's a nice touch. I wish we could hear this sound. That's unfortunate. I'm gonna have to probably make the video of me talking to this.
And
Hmm.
and so
I
look,
like that video embed. That's nice.
it's show that the whole
Looks nice
premise
too.
is it's showing us the portion of the video that we request if we need to see the video. So in this case, one of the things he talks about is auto GP tizzle. This is the same thing that Kelly did a video
Second
on.
at timestamps
That's
in the
how it's not
video.
complex, but you just have to understand it well to be most successful. So I'm going to say, hey, my G, I'm real confused about this auto GPT and the default reply thing. Can you explain that to me like I'm a 10-year-old? And then if you got a YouTube clip of that, that would be real awesome if you could hook a brother up. He said, hey, Maggie, my G, bam. So we sent the message, and now oh no. No.
7 seconds. I wonder if that's the welcome message sending again.
That did not do what I wanted to do. Let's try it again. I'm going to say, sorry, bro. I was trying to tell you that I want you to tell me about Auto GPT. And I need to see the video clip related to it. Come on, give me the good answer. I told Connor the clone sorry. Boom.
Video again. Does it have the timestamp?
Boom. And so then when I click on the video,
It's already at 7 minutes. Interesting.
boom. See this? All right, so let's see how smart Connor is. This is so good.
Hey there. I understand where you're coming from. Starting out with chatbots can feel
Can you
overwhelming.
hear it?
Let's discuss the difference
my-
between AutoGPT and default reply, and then I'll share my recommendation.
Holy.
AutoGPT acts as the central brain of your chatbot, continuously learning and responding to user messages based on your input. It's like the default mode of interaction for your chatbot. On the other hand, default reply is more specific. It's the response
My
your chatbot
goodness.
gives when it doesn't know how to reply to a user message. It serves as a safety net for unexpected queries. For your demo tomorrow, I suggest using AutoGPT.
That's good advice.
It's a straightforward approach that will provide a strong foundation for your chatbot. Just ensure you
That's
give
really
clear
good,
instructions
right.
to your AutoGPT brain so it can effectively engage with users. I know you're under pressure, but I'm here to support you. Best of luck with your demo.
Dude, Connor's like my favorite person ever right now. He's just here to support me with my demo tomorrow.
Oh my gosh. That's
Bruh,
wild. It's absolutely wild. I'm
what
really
should we ask
surprised
AI
with
Connor now?
I'm really surprised with the length of that message. A 56-second voice response. That's pretty lengthy. That's pretty good. And obviously the voice is similar enough, and it's using some of the same words and phrases that I did in the video, you know, talking about the brain, the central brain. That was the analogy that I made in the CBB video. So that's really strong. Man, that's kind of crazy.
I mean, and also that answer was freaking spot on. That's
It's
exactly what
pretty
we would
good.
say. I promise you, that is what we would say to someone that had a demo like the next day.
That's
Yes, use
wild.
AutoGP Tizzle, please. Let's say, all right, let's test it. So look, let's see. So in this case, custom fields. All right, so we see custom fields are being talked about, it looks like around the 22 mark. So let's ask him about custom fields. I'm coming from a platform called VoiceFlu, and
He did that
I
on
am
purpose.
used to things being called variables. And just so you know, I'm highly intelligent, and I've been known to
This
build
fantasy clown.
a 150 node layered chatbots, taking only 2 months in a day. So, Connor, does this platform that you have now seemed to enjoy using have anything close to variables? Spicy. Let's see if it gets it right. It should say custom field stuff.
And that's a long input, right? He asked a bunch of
Wow,
things.
150 nodes in a day? You're a chatbot building machine. I'm impressed. I see you're familiar with variables from VoiceFlow. ChatBot Builder AI uses a similar concept called custom fields for
Wow.
storing
You're a
information in your
genius.
chat.
Wow.
It may be a bit different from VoiceFlow, but once you get used to it, you'll be creating complex
That's
chatbots. in no time.
crazy.
If you're interested, you can explore the custom fields section of ChatBot Builder AI. Let me know if you have any more questions. I'm here to assist you with conquering ChatBot Builder AI.
That's really interesting. I wonder what happens if he asks a question that it's not trained on for this particular video. Because, right, this is one video, which he took the transcripts and added it to. I wonder how dynamic the responses are out of the box. And even, let's see, I was asking Connor Clone about OpenAI, Claude, and Gemini. He was saying asterisk, asterisk, OpenAI, asterisk, asterisk. Interesting. That's probably coming from Markdown. That's probably a Markdown response. And the text to speech is converting that attempted Markdown into actually saying the character.
So
is my
that's a
guess.
great one. When you see asterisks, this is something that you can overcome. That's a great.
It's
Let me put that
Markdown
back on the screen.
formatting.
Are y'all blown away as I am with these responses? I mean, to
That's
me, this
crazy.
is
Because
incredible.
I've got 8
And
months of
he's giving us
videos
all
that
the
I
right
can just
answers,
kind of whip
and
together and throw like a little knowledge base.
Uses custom fields. Okay, that is their name for variables. And this
Sounds exactly
variable
like
name
me.
is a count name. So that is why
it's so gangster, man. I
That's
swear.
crazy. That sounds
hold
exactly
up.
like me.
So yeah, I mean, to me,
Wow.
this is so baller. He's gotten everything right. He's giving me the YouTube videos when I want them at the right timestamp. This is
The
pimping.
timestamp thing, I'm
Okay, this
really,
is what
really
every
curious how it's
YouTuber
doing that.
is
I
gonna
want
wanna
to know
have.
what.
And
I hope
so
he
let me show you
shows
how
the
I did it,
flow in
and
ChatBot
how you can
Builder.
also word my man tell
Because we haven't seen the default reply,
asterisk,
right?
asterisk.
He's
So like you
only
never
shown us
want
the
that.
welcome message.
Here's how you
Here we go.
use prompt chaining, and this is how the default reply worked.
So he
to
went
be so
audio,
dope,
and we
'cause
saw
it
that
is.
in the
Let's be
channel
real here.
settings.
This is sick. This is a bigger flow. I know I say no to big flows. Part of this is to have you guys understand things, but
I'm also
let me
curious
go
about
through
the
it.
Google Gemini aspect
First of
of it
all,
and why he tied that in.
OpenAI
1.5 Flash is the model. I actually don't know anything about Flash. Do you guys?
was not able. It was able to accommodate the entire transcript, and that is
Well,
exactly
maybe
what
he
I
did
do.
it for the
Look,
context.
this is
Oh,
the
that's why.
entire
Because he just,
transcript of the
and that's
video,
why.
bro.
So that's why it's timestamping the video, because he's got the entire transcript with subtitles in the prompt window. And that's probably why he's using Gemini Flash, because he needed the large context window to get all of these characters inside.
The entire transcript. This is a lot of text. I think it was like 46,000 characters.
46,000
So
characters.
it did fit inside of Auto GPT, but you had very, very little room to play with.
Interesting.
And I don't like getting that close ever to the limit, because especially if you're going to use functions, as most of you
Right, because
probably should
you
once you
need
get
that
gangster
to
with it,
instruct the LLM to call the
you're
function.
going to want to have more room to play. Anyways, that's not a problem with Gemini, because instead of 47,000 characters, you have 3 million.
3
Something crazy
million.
like that.
Wow. I did not realize
It's
that. That's good to
insane.
know.
Or 3 million token. It's this legitimately so many characters. It's hard to even come close to filling it up, in my opinion. But you could have, this is the whole video, 46 minutes here. Let's just see how many characters this is, because I'm curious now. It's not that many. Character count.
There are free character counters on the internet. Yep. Word count. So
It's not so many.
48,000.
48,000 characters. Okay, so it's not terrible. But what we can do here, and I demonstrated this earlier, I think on a Zoom or a Google Meets or something like that. You could split up these blocks into different knowledge bases, so each one of these could be a different video if you wanted. So you could categorize your videos through prompt templates.
I would probably
all day
throw the
long.
entire thing in JSON. I'd probably convert a lot of this to JSON. I don't know if I'd use the exact timestamps, because that's a big character draw for potentially little value. What I would probably do is take, you know how in YouTube it chops up the chapters? I may throw the chapters in there, and that would only be, 5 or 6 lines versus every single one of these characters, because I think that would water down the knowledge base if I started using multiple videos. But I'll probably mess around with this myself just to
If
see
you
what the
can, as long as you can
responses are
export
like.
this format like I did. And then the user message, respond as Connor to this message. The last message is just going to be whatever my last input was.
Right. So the normal custom field that just sits in user message is last input here. And the respond as Connor to this message here, he's just trying to direct it a little bit more strongly. I don't think that's actually necessary. He could have put that in the prompt, like you are Connor and will respond to. It's basically the same thing. He's just moving where those instructions are.
Right. So that is step one. And that's what Gemini's job is doing. And that is being stored here. Now look, the way I made it baller is I showed a response, and I also showed the
He
actual
put
YouTube
an iframe. That's why
link
it's
here.
interesting. Okay. So ChatBot Builder can actually render iframes on the front end, right? So he actually pasted a YouTube iframe source code in here as an example output. So when AI Connor is giving a response, and then you see that YouTube video pop up on the bottom, what it's actually responding with is this iframe code. But what gets rendered on the chatbot front end is the viewing window of a YouTube video. So that's smart. That's good. That's a good idea.
Right. So in this case,
I'm
what I want
surprised
to do
it does that on its own.
is go to the next step. This is a prompt chain. I could have used separate nodes, but in this case, I just kept everything in one. In this case, I am using GPT-4 just for the sake of time. And I wanted to make sure that I could actually show this guys to you consistently. And this is a more advanced thing, although I absolutely think I could have achieved this with 3.5. I have here in my prompt, when responding to user inquiries, reference the video timestamps and the transcript below to provide accurate iframe and correct timestamp. Ensure your responses only include the iframe script with the appropriate start time based on the user's question. Okay. What are chatbot builders and why are they useful?
So he's giving, so you can look at the end of this URL. this YouTube embed. So it's giving the embed code, but then the start equals, and this number is changing, which is matching the timestamps previously, which is how this is outputting relevant answers with semi-appropriate timestamps.
The response here, and this is probably why we got the asterisk.
That's pretty slick.
Which we can clean that up. I'll show you in the next prompt chain. This is the
looks like he's
here.
chaining 3 times.
It should only respond with the iframe, nothing else, no other context. Okay, and this is being saved in a custom field called video iframe. And here I just give it some basic instructions, and it says extract the iframed YouTube video from the AI text, which is the previous generated text from Gemini.
So this is a formatting prompt chain.
I'm saying if there's not one, respond with 0. Otherwise, you're going to have...
So this is what he's doing, okay? It's either going this second chain here, it's either going to output one of 2 things. It's going to output an iframe, which he's then going to probably put in a message block. Or if it's 0, he's just going to ignore it and ignore this output. So this is smart. I do this. Okay. I do the same functionality in a lot of my builds.
An iframe in your response, and it's going to be saved as the video iframe.
Ryan gave me a tip. He thinks the word 0 as a string increases the accuracy as opposed to the number 0. That's something that I did not know myself, because I would do the same exact thing, but I would respond with the number 0. So I'm interested to start trying that out. Whoops.
You must set conversation history set to none. Continue. Now
he's setting conversation history to no, because this is solely a formatting block. He doesn't want to pick up any of the other rest of the conversation because it might muddy the results.
What this one says, you want to rephrase your messages without any links or iframes. What I needed to do here, I think, that would have been better is here. Boom. Boom. Base your responses on the user, to the user on this text. Right, so this is the original text, and it's gonna have the iframe and all.
This is his third cleanup, which is basically this initial Google Gemini output is gonna have, you know, it could have markdown, it could have asterisks, it could have links with iframe source code and all that stuff like that. He does not want that to be outputted as the response that you hear. I keep talking in chatbot terms, so I'm like, he's going to put it in a text block, but it's going to get converted into speech. And the person that mentioned before, hearing them say asterisk, 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 this is his attempt to clean up those responses. Because you don't want the person on the other end to start saying parenthesis, HTTPS, you know, colon, backslash, backslash. So this is actually in voice, this is even more important to have these formatting cleanup prompt chains, because if you don't, it's going to sound really bad from the person speaking. Because if a chatbot responds that way in text, like, does it look the cleanest? No, but it doesn't. It's not that bad of an experience for the other end. It's like, okay, there's an extra bracket here, you know, it's not that big of a deal. In voice, it's kind of the opposite. We have to clean this up, and we have to clean it up with a high amount of consistency. Otherwise the conversation is not going to be very good.
And we'll say, never include any asterisks or formatted text within your replies or responses.
I always specifically say markdown when I do this in my
prompts. And remember to keep your tone
in plain
calm,
text.
Cool, collected.
Do not output markdown, only plain text. That's what I find
helping users. Keep your message true, but remove any links or unnecessary characters. Okay. And don't ever do that. And so we'll say this is the message you want to provide the user, but in a cleaned way. And we'll use it AI text.
I haven't done
I'm
a
using it
whole
all
lot
over
of
the
extra
place
prompting in
because
user
it's the
message
first thing we
here.
generated.
I'll have to
right?
mess
So
around
it's
with
gonna
this.
the first thing we generated is gonna have the nice little response from Connor plus the iframe if applicable. And if not, we're gonna just have a really refined answer. This right here should ensure that there's never any asterisks like said out loud or even shown for that matter.
Yep.
We'll make sure we have saved this to AI default reply, conversation set to no, and we can click continue. And we've saved this as AI default reply. AI default reply then goes to our homies at
Elevenlabs,
and
which
we've
is
already
the cleaned plain
cloned
text.
Connor's voice.
Okay.
So AI default reply, which has been cleaned, now becomes AI default audio, which is a sound file. Then we are
Here
going
we
to
go.
check.
Here's the condition from
This
the
is
second
like the
set.
super important piece here. We're going to check
If
this
iframe is
secondary
0, then he's just gonna
part of our prompt chain.
put the
Remember,
audio,
we're checking
cleaned
for
audio.
a video iframe. Let's refresh our memory. The whole job here is to grab the iframe.
Yep.
And save it to video iframe. And if there is no iframe,
So what's going to happen is he's going to come to the top here. If it's 0, then it's just going to be the cleaned audio up top. But if it has a value on the bottom, he's going to have 2 blocks. He's going to have the cleaned message block, and then under it, he's going to have a separate block that has the value of that iframe. And that's why you get, in the example, you saw the audio clip that you could hit play, and then you had a message right under it that had the embedded video. That's how it's set up.
and if there's no video needed, we're just like, peace, Connor. And then he's like, peace, no need for a video there. Then the response should be 0. It would be nicer if I had included some examples there, but GPT-4 is going to be smart enough to understand to put 0 there if needed. So because we can output basically anything that we want, this is the thing that, like, if you understand this is real prompt chaining.
See, you can see it here.
It's
He's got it.
arguably
It's in the same
just as
block,
powerful,
so
if not more powerful than
it's nestled
functions.
right
Y'all
under it.
know how I love functions.
Default audio, video
But here,
iframe.
we can make a condition based off of anything. And in this case, I was just creative, and the cuff is going to either contain what? It's either going to contain an iframe with the YouTube video with the timestamp, or it's going to contain the word 0.
So you should be careful here, because if the URL contains 0 here, he would actually miss the iframe here. And this is definitely a reason to use the character string 0 as opposed to the number 0, because if you did contain 0, like look at this URL up top here. It's got ID equals 17101. So this would actually pick up here an incorrect filtering result. So just be careful on your outputs and make sure that you anticipate this appropriately. Otherwise, this is not going to give you the consistent results that you want.
Don't confuse is with contains, because it is an LLM, and I haven't given an example. It might say something like, my response is 0.
It is an exact match. So it would only output 0, which I do use sometimes. And like I said, provided in an example.
Contains. So if it does contain 0, that means there's no link. That means there's no need to have anything but our AI default audio file element to present the text we've generated that's been transformed into Connor's voice. If it does not match 0, that means, aha, there is an iframe. So that means we need to actually split the route and display that custom field here with video iframe. There should be nothing else. It's either going to be 0 or it's going to be the iframe. That is baller. Okay.
So that's
And
the
I'm blocking
default
the QR code,
reply.
sorry.
So after
Sorry,
every single
maybe they're
message from
yelling
the
at me.
user, that is the
I'm
logic
blown
that will
away. Yeah,
control it.
I'm blown away, dude.
He's got, so let's recap, right? So he's got 3 LLM calls that happen every single time somebody asks a question. Okay, the first one is the Gemini block, which has 48,000 characters. Here is the video with the timestamps that you're gonna base your answers on. Then he's got the second one, that's the iframe for the YouTube video, which is, hey, I want to extract a relevant YouTube video if it makes sense here and only get this YouTube iframe source code link. And then the third one is the general plain text cleanup. That way I don't have asterisks or brackets or other thing that the voice is going to convert text to speech and sound dumb.
I've
And then it
wanted to do
routes
this
through this
for a long
condition,
time, and I planted
check it,
seeds for people to do
keeps
this,
moving on.
but I've not seen anyone jump on it yet. But I believe this is like what you need if you're like going to be someone serious in YouTube. In YouTube, if you're watching, I would love to see y'all do this. I mean, it's what you need to do. I did it for you. I just gave you the perfect framework. And also, there's thousands of us in CBB Nation that you could hit up. Not us, but our.
It's really interesting just from a content perspective. Train a chatbot on your content and then have somebody just come and hit and talk to you over and over again. It's really interesting. We're definitely starting to get into a wild world of AI possibilities here. And, you know, this is just one video of me getting my voice cloned, but I still don't know how I feel about it. You know, even, okay, Connor, you have all these videos. Let's throw an entire knowledge base of all of your videos and have people start to ask questions about it. But, you know, with that, you know, you kind of have to ask the question, does AI Connor, you know, not answer the question fully or send people in the wrong direction and they waste a bunch of time? You know, those are the kind of things that kind of ping around in my head. Now, the examples shown here before, that they were relatively good responses, but remember, Ryan watched my video, so he knew what questions to ask it. And somebody that was coming in fresh, you know, might not have the best questions that are directly aligned with the responses from the knowledge base. So I'd be really interested, just from a quality control perspective, what some of the fringe cases would be and how it would handle those responses. But at the end of the day, you have to control that with prompting, right? But a pretty cool demo of, you know, what is capable, right? Because I could potentially just throw up a chatbot, you know, on my website. It's like, hey, if you have a question, here's a YouTube video where I explain it more in detail type deal. That could be helpful than just hitting YouTube on its own or looking for a specific piece of information.
Our people, hit up our people because they're smarter than me, and they'll teach y'all some things.
Let's see what the last
to
2
make
minutes
maybe
of
your
this
dialogue flow or vertex better.
I'm already
But
at
you better pay
50
them a lot of
minutes
money
on
'cause
my recording
their
here.
time ain't cheap. Well, let's publish this and
I want to see what
let's just
the
play again
result looks like here.
to make sure I'm still good. Let's see how many people, if we've got any leads from this YouTube video. We started off with like 17 or something. Let's see if we got any more.
Let's go into the analytics
21. So we got
tab.
some people talking in there. I'm going to just grow and grab. Can I grab the link from here? Create a QR code, copy the image address. Open the image in a new tab. Copy the
Image address should work. It's got that
Create
API
QR
server up
code for
top.
the image. Okay, so I'm going to instead, I'll just go with the manage web chat and I'll grab the link myself. And I'll just paste that mug right here. Yeah, background's so dirty. And then, okay, so let's hopefully you can hear the thing again. This is just the welcome message. The simplest thing there is.
What's up? This is Connor. How can I help? Do you have any questions about the video or anything else you'd like to know?
That's crazy. So that's the first time that I heard that. And that sounded
Come on, man.
crystal clear compared to the first snippet that we got.
That asterisk, you're gone.
And no asterisk.
I have too much fun. building chatbots at midnight with y'all. What else would I rather? There'd be nothing else.
That's
I'd rather be
crazy.
doing. Who are you, man? Do you even have a company? Do you? What platform are you even talking about? I use Voice Flu and Bot Mess.
It says, man.
I meant Bot Press.
Oh, what a savage.
Say all that. It's just so bad that my country accent doesn't get recognized by Siri.
Hey there, I'm Connor, the person heading Umbral AI. Our team of chatbot experts creates tools to help you grasp and utilize AI. Our goal is to make AI accessible to all. Feel free to learn more about us on our website or YouTube channel.
That's pretty damn good.
I was watching that old video you posted today, and I think you said something about automatic GPT. What the heck incarnation is that? And that's how y'all should talk to Connor's chatbot.
Looney
Too.
Tunes?
Just kidding. Please don't troll his
Somebody
chatbot.
saying?
Troll ours instead. We're a
It's not
quit.
fault.
AutoGPT is indeed a fantastic feature in Chatbot Builder AI.
Agreed.
It functions as an integrated AI assistant that can manage user messages automatically, following your provided instructions. It acts as the chatbot's brain,
The brain.
constantly prepared to engage. If you want more details, you can find them at 0 hours, 7 minutes, and 18 seconds.
And if you
Wow.
didn't,
509 in the
That's
video.
wild. That's wild.
and if you didn't want your messages to end like that, easy peasy. Like literally, just give it the examples
you could
of how
change
you want it to
the
respond.
prompt chain to not
This
say
is
that.
asking about automatic GPT, so let's see where
That's
it starts
crazy.
in the video.
And it starts at
The
7
next thing
minutes.
that I want
Wild.
to
So
cover is
good.
AutoGPT.
So wild.
Okay, because there are two.
That is
That's
so
really
gangster.
crazy.
Okay, and then
so what it did is it
let-
pulled that text reference.
can you remind me what you were talking
wild.
about related to the variables
It's so
in this
strong.
platform? I'm not used to the words you used. That's literally us in the suggested video.
Custom fields in Chatbot Builder AI
Boom.
act as variables that store information, making your chatbots more dynamic.
It's crazy.
They can hold
absolutely
usernames,
wild.
email addresses, or AI response results. I discussed them in detail at 0 hours, 16 minutes, and 11 seconds. 775 in the video.
All right, real talk, man. I won't even tell him what you tell me, but on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate this platform? And don't worry, man. I promise I won't even say anything.
He's
No one
leading
will
the
ever know.
witness.
We'll keep this between each other, but just give me the real rating. See what he says. I swear I've not told it anything here. Better be a 10 though, Connor. We're going to have talk
Hey there, I've got the inside scoop for you. Just remember to keep it hush-hush. Chatbot Builder AI is a real game changer. It's super user-friendly and doesn't require coding skills.
Better give me a
I'd rate
10.
it a solid 9 out of 10.
9.
While it has a few minor quirks, it's incredibly powerful and lets you create awesome chatbots quickly. Just bear in mind, it's still a new platform, so there's room for growth.
Hey, there you go.
I'm looking forward to seeing how it develops.
That's how you know
This
it's
is our
AI
real
Connor,
feedback.
because I'm keeping it real.
Wow.
Can't let him get too big ahead.
Bro, I totally lied to you. I'm about to text him right now. You're talking crap. What do you think about that? Ryan expects 10 out of 10s, otherwise we're not
Well,
friends.
no, this is a good test, though, right?
Should have been a rapper. What do you think the AI is going to say when it?
Yeah,
when
what
it
is he
made a
going to
trick
say?
that-
I'm curious here, because
I
there's no
tricked-
prompt around this.
I tricked Connor the clone. I tricked Connor clone.
Hey there, I totally get where you're coming from. It's clear that you appreciate the potential of Chatbot Builder AI, but acknowledge that there are areas that could be improved upon.
There we go.
Your rating
Real.
of 9 out of 10 reflects your belief in its capabilities while recognizing the current limitations.
That's right.
In terms of sharing your rating with Ryan, it's ultimately up to you.
There we go.
Present it
do it.
as a positive assessment with room for growth, highlighting the platform's strengths and areas for enhancement. Your honest feedback will surely be valuable in the platform's development. It's all about being transparent and constructive. Good luck with your decision.
AI Connor's a good man. can
I
already tell.
already made my decision, Connor. And just like you exposed those other two dudes that I exposed like 8 or 9 months ago, props by the way, now I'll have to let the whole world know exactly who you really are. And that you can't be trusted with deep, dark secrets, especially
This
related
is
to
really
ratings
strong.
of different
And
software.
honestly, just looking about
How do
CBB,
you respond?
this is the functionality that
Yeah,
I
that's how
want.
we gonna just
I
drop the
can go
mic. This is
from a
just too fun. I'm just
chatbot.
chatting with Connor. You know,
I'm going to pause Ryan for a second to make a point here. Okay, I know for those of you that are still watching me here at the 57-minute mark, this is why I want to spend more time building in ChatBot Builder, because I have the ability to just take a chatbot that I would normally build, like not with voice capabilities, and I can just change a few clicks and a few condition steps and add Elevenlabs or whatnot. And now I have a completely different product, right? And I appreciate the ability to have this extended functionality that doesn't require, it's not a huge development lift for me. And I don't need to integrate into 1,000 different products or have some third party come in and handle this. I can just do it in the platform. And this is the stuff that I like to see. And I mean, I feel like I've got like 100 ideas just based off of this one exercise. But if I have the feeling, which I do, that every business website needs a chatbot, there's no reason that every business website that has a chatbot should also have a voice version of this to handle inbound calls, right? I'm not the biggest fan on robocalling outbound, like sales from an AI perspective. But if you have a business phone number, there's no reason that something like this shouldn't be in place for a business. And we can build out that logic in Chatbot Builder and put something on your website and have an inbound phone number that can handle dynamic responses like this. This is where I think we are headed. And this is what I think is the true power here. This is a really fun exercise. And I'm impressed on multiple levels. I'm impressed from the voice quality. Obviously, it does not have the same cadence and how I speak, but as just far as this sounds like me, it's pretty darn close. But I'm also impressed at the ability of Ryan to be able to craft the chain prompting to get the functionality that he has built here. And that is a reflection of two things. One, his ability to build chatbots, which is obviously high, and his knowledge and awareness of this platform. And I hope that my continued efforts and time spent on this platform will give me the opportunity to do similar things at the drop of a hat. So kudos to Ryan and CBB. This is good.
you know what I'm saying? He charges a lot of money per hour if you want to have a consultation, man. Something like $500. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think I might just end it here. So yeah, and this is a good kind of screen to end it on here, which is you've got prompt chains here that convert text to speech tied into Elevenlabs, and then a condition set. So, I mean, these are all very common things that will pop up as you build chatbots, voice bots, AI assistants, whatever it is. This is a very good, quick how-to. And I'm sure I'm going to make a few more myself here, specifically with voice, because I don't have a lot of experience messing around with it, but I like that I can build it like a text chat bot and then just convert it to voice. So I know that this was a super long video, and those of you that are still listening and still watching, appreciate your time. This is wild. Definitely eye-opening for me, and I'd love to know your guys' thoughts in general. Talk to you soon. Thanks.